You know what? Excuse me. I feel like, for some reason, in my head, I feel like I'm hearing Peter just sprinkle holy water on me, just repeating over and over and over and over. The power of Christ propels you. I can't believe that is in my head. The power of Christ. I can't. I can't. Like, how do you doubt God? Right? 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 God damn it. Oh, and you guys also aren't going to believe what I have to say about NXT as a whole. And this isn't salty talk. I promise you, this isn't salty talk about Joe losing or anything like that. I promise you, it's not, because Rusev's gonna. What the fuck is going on in my area? I'm sure. I am sure. Yeah, I heard that. That what like. I'm trying to do a review here. What the hell is going on? All right. Just when I'm about to put over Rusev, they say, no, we don't do that. Okay. Tonight's NXT Takeover Brooklyn. This has nothing to do with the Joe match. This has nothing to do with it. I promise. But up until the last 2.5 matches, overall, tonight's show felt like. Oh, let me see. Yeah, I heard that shit, right? It's crazy. Hopefully no one died. But tonight's NXT Takeover Brooklyn, legitimately to me, felt like a good NXT show. And by good NXT show, I mean like what they show on the network on Wednesday, every Wednesday. Give me a second to close my windows. That was completely unexpected. You stay right there.
Every day, every night, all the time.
Yeah, it's about time for me to
Good
move.
thing you or Osiris didn't look at the Discord at all. Shit was wild.
Thank you, A Young, for the quick donation. I don't know. Somebody tweeted me something about like black cock, and I said, oh, well, that doesn't look wild. Yeah. If anybody wants a link to the Discord chat, if I have anybody in the chat that could link the Discord chat, go right on ahead. Got a whole bunch of different servers in there, and a good place for wrestling talks. Whole bunch of shenanigans and tomfoolery. And while I'm in the middle of plugging stuff, hi, I'm Wise. I do this wrestling review thing, and the start of the show was pretty weird. Pretty weird way to start this review. But yeah, I do wrestling reviews, predictions, random wrestling talks. Try to cover all things related wrestling. I don't really do wrestling news. That's not really my thing. But sometimes I might jump in and cover it here or there. Let me see. I know at this moment I don't have the support my drug link in the gimmick. So I'm gonna put that in there. You guys give me a second. But if you guys want to support my drug habit of watching WWE, you could do it multiple ways. One, you can subscribe to the channel. Another way would be that you could drop a like on the video. Two very, very simple things that we all can do. Another would be if you want to go the extra mile. We have a donation link, which I never fucking have ready for you guys. But I'm putting that in the description right now. So let's talk this NXT gimmick. let's talk this NXT gimmick. I want to say, and guys have to forgive me because I'm still getting over being sick, so I'm going to be hemming a whole lot throughout this review, and I don't have my bottle of water handy because I keep fucking flying through bottles of water. Let's see. Let's get this right here. Bam. There we go. Got it in the chat. We start this show out with No Way Jose and Austin Aries. And this match, Asuka's sexy to me, bro. She's sexy for everybody. This match wasn't a bad match. But to me, I want to say that I don't know if Austin Aries has lost a step or if he was wrestling at a pace that No Way Jose can keep up. This just didn't feel very Austin Aries-esque, like an Austin Aries-esque type of match. And I just wasn't necessarily all that sold on it. No Way Jose isn't a bad competitor. He's got a lot of fire. And Aries, for the most part, carried on his end of the offense. But for some reason, I'm just not... I don't know if it's the match I'm not buying into or if it's No Way Jose I'm not buying into. Like, maybe... I'm starting to think, maybe, just maybe No Way Jose needs a tag team partner. I kind of got a feeling that he needs something. There's something missing with No Way Jose, and I can't put my finger on it. And it's not helping me buy into his matches. As far as the match overall, again, it was a decent match, but it just wasn't all that great for me. Let's move on to the next match, all right? Because we NXT, we need to talk. With the exception of Nakamura, NXT always seems to do this. When they have someone debuting on their major show, such as a takeover, I don't know why they do this. It even happened with Kevin Owens. We have Ember Moon versus Billie Kay. Now, they've been sort of kind of putting a little build behind Billie Kay for the past couple of weeks just to get her warmed up so that she can job out to the Ember Moon. Can we call her Athena? This Ember Moon name, that name sucks. She has a vampire gimmick. Like as if she's from Twilight. No. She comes out with the hood and the fucking mask like she's from Mortal Kombat, and no. Fuck no. Whose idea was this? I think I understand what they're going for. Maybe she's an anime fan. Maybe she likes Japanese culture or something. Because antics-wise, she pulls it off pretty well. She the way she performs, and the way that she not celebrates, but her poses, it kind of reminds you something out of a manga or out of an anime, a Japanese anime. So that I get, but just having it, I just don't like the presentation of her entrance. And when she came out, clearly the crowd wasn't too familiar with her because she didn't get much of a reaction. Now, at this point, I wasn't watching on my computer or on my TV. I was watching it on the phone. So maybe, just maybe, I didn't hear the reaction, but it just seemed like it wasn't there. But when Bobby Roode came out, I heard that reaction. So, let's talk about this match a bit. Here's the issue that I have with people that debut on takeovers. The person that they're going against, it's like they're always selling to that person. Again, even Kevin Owens against, what's the recycling hippie dude's name that had the dreads? He's no longer there. I can't remember the guy's name. I can't remember his name. But they're always doing the bulk of the selling. I don't know if it's them paying dues or what. But it's as if they have to hold off their offense until another match. And they have to do the majority of the selling. And I'm not for that, especially in this match here. Billie Kay has no business being in a fucking ring with Athena. I'm calling her Athena. I'm not calling her Ember Moon. That name sucks. It absolutely sucks. Did Gargano and Ciampa win? No, we'll get to that. I wanted to see more out of the Athena. And I think that in order for her, because the crowd didn't necessarily pop for her entrance, so this is like a full-blown debut. This isn't a debut in which we know who she is. So I think in this case, you need to show off more of her offense, show off more of what's going to make her special, instead of just having her come out and sell. Now, granted, she did get a decent chunk of offense. I just wasn't on board with her having to sell to Billie Kay. Billie Kay's been getting her ass kicked up and down in NXT up until the past couple of weeks. So for her to sell anything to a Billie Kay, fuck out of here with that shit. Miss me with that. But she did stand out. She definitely did stand out. Like, you look at the women that NXT have on the roster. You got Miss 201. What the fuck is her name again? Liv Morgan, who's actually, she's pretty green, but not pretty green. She's pretty good. She has pretty good athleticism. She just needs to home it down and center it and not botch as much and make her stuff look clean. She has a lot of good offense that she has to clean up. You have Billie Kay, who sucks. You have I haven't seen Diana Purrazzo in a while. You got a bunch of up and coming women, and then you have Asuka. So you have a bunch of women who need to be made, and you didn't get that presence from Athena. You got a chick in that ring in which you felt the presence of, this chick can go. You got the presence of, okay, she might be the next one. So the feeling that I'm left with is you have Asuka, Athena, and everyone else. Like, if I'm missing anybody's names, you guys are gonna, like, no one's names is popping out at me right now. Hold up, I have to put A Young over. I don't know why it's not there. Give me a second to put A Young over. I am going to have to reorganize things right here. You. There you go. Had my layers messed up. So, Asuka, no chance. See, don't be stupid. Don't be silly now. Don't be silly. Like, is it racist if I want Asuka to wear a ninja costume and have a samurai sword? You missed half of it. Trust me, if you missed the first half, you didn't really miss much. Because I need to talk about, I need to talk to NXT about Bobby Roode too, because it's the same thing. Now, I told you guys in the prediction video, if you did see the prediction video, I have 314 people in here live watching me now. Thank you guys all for coming and hanging out with me as we talk a little NXT Takeover Brooklyn. Dudes, drop a like on the stream. It helps a lot. I told you guys in the prediction video, I have like all kinds of like nets starting to fucking come in here. It's like white ones. The fuck is the... Whoa!
Every day.
There's the A Young again.
Every night.
Let me see what he's talking about.
All the time.
So who's ass getting eat first, Beth Phoenix, Mickie James, or Gail Kim?
I thought that was reserved for my Twitch streams. I didn't know we were bringing it here. Speaking of Gail Kim, we see Bayley. We see Billie Kay. I combined Billie and Kay and repackaged her as Bayley. But we seen Billie Kay do the eat defeat. Why are you taking Gail Kim's finisher, ma'am, and you're not winning with it? Don't do that. But in my prediction video, I said, watch out for Athena's finisher. It's going to remind you of Stone Cold. And a lot of people who did not know of her finisher or who did not know of her tweeted me immediately with thank you number 400,653. She has a off the top rope flipping gimmick tilt-a-whirl. You gonna eat this stunner. And I was very weary of it because it's not the safest move. And it's a move that can very easily be botched. But she made it look so clean. I can guarantee you this. If Vince sees it and she gets called up to the main roster, they might call that one bye-bye because it's just way too risky. It's an awesome finisher. Awesome finisher. But I got a feeling that she's going to need to come up with more finishers because it's a finisher that can really go south, and WWE, they pride themselves in safety, and that one could hurt her a lot more than it could hurt the person receiving it if she messes up on it. Overall, I like the feel of Athena here. I love the feel. She looks big time. She's thick as all hell. I don't like the what the fuck is that? The gladiator-esque dress that she has to wear, or skirt. I'm sorry, skirt that she has to wear because it's covering up her ass. I didn't get a good chance to see her ass, so maybe I need to watch some house shows of NXT or go back to her indie stuff to see what her ass looks like to put it over. Nice tits on her. And, gotta get rid of that fucking mask and that hood because she's fucking gorgeous. She catches balls deep action. Get rid of that fucking mask and that hood. No. Fucking no. And up next, we get the Bobby Roode. And, I wasn't expecting them to give him such a good entrance. They had Bobby Roode pull the Shawn Michaels. If you seen sort of the Shawn Michaels. If you seen WrestleMania 25, where Shawn Michaels came down in all white as he was coming down from the heavens as God. That's what they did with Bobby Roode here with the Glorious, but it was all blue. And he comes down from the heavens with the arms spread, and the crowd is just singing Glorious right along with him. By the way, real quick, for anybody that needs to know what the notifications are, notifications are set up. As you can see, A Young has 420. That's the Roman Reigns I Get High. 888 is the Naomi ass twerking. That's what she does. That's 888. And 2069 and above, anything above 2069 is Eva Marie and Glorious. I had to put that over since we're on the subject of Glorious. But even Bobby Roode couldn't help it. He had to smile and laugh as he's coming down because the crowd is legit singing his anthem. And at first they weren't in sync, but they got to it. And once he finally gets ground level, he points to the Tron, and then the beat drops, and the lighting changes, and Roode pops up on screen. It was just such a good entrance. But the match. It wasn't a bad match. It was a good match. But again, I'm not on board with guys debuting having to do the bulk of the selling. We didn't get much offense out of Bobby Roode. What we got out of Bobby Roode was a lot of reversals into grabs. And then he'll get a strike in here or there. Didn't get much offense out of him. This match offensively was carried by Almas, Andrade, Cien, gimmick, the guy, the Mexican guy, who can carry a match. He's pretty good offensively. But like Bobby Roode said, these people ain't come here. These people ain't paid to see you, man. We ain't paid to see you. They came to see me, the Bobby Roode. And we got too much Cien here. We got too much 100. This, to me, wasn't a good showing for Bobby Roode as it was for Mr. 100, the Mexican guy. So they can miss me with this match. They can miss me with this match because I like Bobby Roode said, I paid to see him. I paid $10 on the Gimmick Network to see the Bobby Roode. And I feel like I didn't get much Bobby Roode. And that's why I'm saying this show, until the last 2.5 matches, it just felt like a regular NXT show to me. This could have been on This could have been done on Wednesday. Everything that I've seen up until this point could have been done on Wednesday. We then get a video package, a quick video package for someone called Sanity. And I spoil this in the chat because beer money! Speaking of beer and money, I need to go get me a drink. By the way, I will be live streaming some Madden right after this review over on Twitch. Twitch.tv/WYZNOW, WYZANOW. If you guys know anything about this Sanity person, because I haven't seen anything in dirt sheets, I haven't really read any dirt sheets. If you have any clue who Sanity might be, feel fucking free to spoil it for me, because I have no idea. Who, what? Anybody know? Anybody? I ain't calling no grown man God, then you in the wrong chat. Like, is it CM Punk coming back? Who is it? Who is Sanity? Who is? Oh, the CM Punk in the gimmick in the ring. Yeah. Tommy N was, I think he was in a performance center who was it, about 4 or 5 months ago? It was a long time ago. Not that long, but it was a while ago. So long that I forgot about it. Eric Young, I mean, we've already seen him, so does he get a video
Watch
package?
this Revival promo.
I'm gonna check the Revival promo. I mean, I can't watch it now. I'm reviewing. Talk to that man. So you guys don't know about the Tommy and all right, so let me see. I want to low-key have sex with Asuka. Bobby Roode is glorious. Put Wiser over. And do you know? Hold up. And do you got? Oh shit! I forgot. Gregor and Diaz. They're going to be going at it probably in about an hour or about a half hour. Thank you. Thank you for reminding me, D Best. Let's backtrack a little bit to after the No Way Jose and Austin Aries match, where Austin Aries, because again, like I said in my prediction, No Way Jose has no business being in the ring with the Austin Aries. So of course he gets his shit pushed in, right? But after the match is what made me pop. After the match, it was the best part of that match. Because as he goes to slapping that last chancery again, I want fucking Burger King right now. No homo. He goes and he slaps in that last chancery, and Hideo Itami music hits. And I popped. I'm in the shower, washing my ass, scrubbing in between my cheeks. Like, I got the rag like this, just scrubbing like this. I got a big ass, right? And I'm scrubbing. My arms is this wide with my rag, right? And this guy music hits, and I might have slipped my finger in my asshole. It was clean, so don't worry about it. It was clean. Clean, real clean. It didn't slip, like kind of squeeze a little. Look, fuck that. My butthole tight. So he comes out, and I pop, right? And I popped, and it hurt a little bit. What? No sell, all of that. I don't know why the fuck I say this shit. So he comes out, and Austin Aries goes on the attack. Hideo Itami gets a reversal, goes to throw him out of the ring, but he gets caught. Austin Aries gets caught on the ropes, comes back in, gets hit with those rapid hands. He gets put down. The crowd is chanting GTS, and here is where I'm like, I can understand everybody being hyped. I can understand the moment, or lack thereof. Thank you. I know I repackaged you, but I can't remember what I repackaged you as. So we're a Cage EP. That's what we're gonna. That's for now. I'm a little down on his GTS, and it's not because of how he performed it. It's not because here's why I'm down on his GTS, and this one hurts me a little bit because this GTS reminded me that Hideo Itami's injury really fucked up his moment. It really messed up his moment. 1 second. Okay, I'm back. it really messed up his fucking illness, sickness. I'm gonna beat this fucking cold. He missed his moment. Now, for those of you who saw like the house show that happened last year, I think it was like last year, yeah, where he hit the GTS on Tyler Breeze. Yeah, sure, it was a big pop, huge, and you know, I don't know why they did it there, but I'm glad that they did because it was. The reason why I'm not on board with this GTS is because that GTS had so much buildup. I mean, they were building up this They built up a move. One move. They built it up for months. They built it up from the time he got there for months on in until WrestleMania, a house show at WrestleMania. They built it up. But we didn't get to see it on the net. Well, if you spoiled yourself, you saw it when he did it to Tyler Breeze. But that wasn't for, everyone. That was for the people at the house show. It just so happened to be recorded. So they were still building it up because they came in NXT and he was on more shows after that. And he was still working the angle of hitting the GTS but not hitting it. And then the injury robbed us of that moment, which he was supposed to beat Kevin Owens with at the Tokyo Dome at Beast in the East to win the NXT title. That, I think everyone unanimously knows that was the payoff. And we didn't get that moment. So to see him come out tonight with his shoes on and his suit, and he hits Austin Aries with it with like no build-up at all. And it's like, again, I understand everybody popping for it, but for me at least, I don't know how y'all feel about it. But for me at least, I was just like, I was down on it. I was like, because there was just no build-up. The moment missed. Maybe if they started building it up again, then sure, yeah. And held it off, sure. I mean, you have between the time he came back and you have WrestleMania in which you could have did it again, built it up until then, but I just feel like they just gave it away. Like, all right, let's just get this out of the way. And I'm not on board with it. It just could have been a better moment. And then he goes and he's pointing to his knee and he's celebrating and this. So let's move back forward. Bobby Roode beats Cien, Almas, gimmick guy with the name. Can we give him a fucking English name? I know he's not English, but can we fucking talk? I mean, like, he's in America. It's in Florida. Like, can we give him an English name? It's okay. Give him a name that we could pronounce, something that we could sell merch with, something that's chantable. Like, turn him heel. Give us a name that we know that we can say anything. Put the guy over. Maybe that's part of the reason why this guy isn't getting over. We don't know his fucking name. It's hard to pronounce. Sucks. Repackage Asuka as Nunska? Why? Why are we doing that? So let's move on to, I believe we get the tag team match. And some of you guys were asking earlier when I mentioned Sanity, you were asking about who Tommy End is. I guess at best I could say YouTube him. That's the best I could say. Just YouTube him. I'm not gonna, like, he's good. He's very good. But he's not known tremendously like a lot of the guys that I've put over. So I'm gonna just say you guys go on ahead and do your homework. I don't know if that's who Sanity is, but a few people in the chat said it could be him. Manny Andrade was his name at house shows. You know what? Just fucking call the guy Manny. Like, I don't fucking know. Someone botched her name. God damn it! I have nuts in here and it's pissing me off. Did I botch her name? I don't know. Maybe I did. I don't know. It's been a fucking terrible review. You could dislike it if you want. It's terrible. I don't know. I'm not on my game tonight. So let's talk about this tag team match. I seen some people saying match of the year candidate here. And I can understand. But like I said, until the last 2.5 matches, this show could have went on a regular NXT show that you can see on Wednesday. And the beginning of this match falls in line with that. For me and what I like in wrestling. This wasn't your typical revival match where they get you in that ring, they cut the ring in half. They did do that, by the way. But they cut the ring in half and they work a body part. If the other guy tags in, they work his ass too. You didn't get any of that here. At all. You didn't get any of that tonight. What you did get was... You guys are going to hate me for this. But you got a very Joey Gargano-ish style match. Notice I didn't say Gargano and Ciampa style match, but you got a very Gargano-ish style match. The problem I have with that is you have you have 2 styles. And 3 guys wrestle 1 style. If you've seen Tommaso Ciampa on the Indies, or if you've seen Tommaso Ciampa in ROH, especially, again, in his embassy days, his type of match, he's the type of guy that you would like to see wrestle against Nakamura. He wrestles a very aggressive, strong style match. Hell, if you've seen him on the CWC, the Cruiserweight Classic, that is Tommaso Ciampa. He comes at you full force, 1,000 miles an hour, aggressive as hell, strong as hell, and he doesn't stop. Whereas Gargano is a lot of flash, a lot of flair, a lot of flippy, twirly stuff that I personally don't. Again, it's a style thing. It's not what I necessarily care for. That's not me. This is the same reason why everybody likes the Young Bucks except me. I don't care for that. I don't care for all that nonsense. Because to me, it kind of hurts. I don't want to say it hurts the business because the business is already destroyed. But it just hurts realism. You know, that's the thing. I like a strong style match. I like strong style competitors. And if you're not that, then I like a match that makes sense. And that's why I love the Revival so much. Because they wrestle a match that makes sense. They'll cut off the ring and they'll fucking work body parts. If your fucking partner tags in, and they did this to American Alpha over and over and over and over again. They did it to the Vaudevillains over and over and over again. Fuck, they did it to Finn Balor over and over and over again. You getting in here, we're destroying your body. And we didn't get that. The reason why I'm ticked off about it is because it played into the finish, but we didn't get it during the match. We just got it in one spot, and that was the finish, where they worked the spot, where they worked the body part. But that's the style that I like. It makes sense. I don't like to see you doing, super kicks or flippy kicks, and it don't put the guy out, or just moves that should just be finishers, and you just use them as your everyday regular move. I don't care for that. I don't care for that. That's why that's why this for me isn't a match of the year candidate, because a lot of it didn't make sense. I'm not down on this match, because once it got to the second half of the match, it picked up big time for me because shit started to make sense. But to me, this just felt, in the beginning, the first half, it just felt like something I would see on Wednesday on a regular NXT show. It didn't feel special. It didn't feel like a match that had logic behind it. It didn't feel like a match that it didn't feel like a tag team match. it felt like the Revival was wrestling their style or having to sell. They sold all match long. Just sell. Couldn't get the upper hand. And I understand that part of the story because going into this, it was Gargano and Ciampa having the Revival's number. And Gargano and Ciampa presenting themselves as the better guys. Now, coming into this match, I predicted Gargano and Ciampa to win this match. I was on board for them winning this match. If they won this match, I was completely fine with it. So, I guess in that sense, it made sense on how it was going. They were outsmarting the tag champs. No one outsmarts the tag champs. But Gargano and Ciampa wrestled two different styles. I guess I'm not too sure that it works. It's like pouring oil in water. Well, pouring oil in water, I do that for rice. I do that for spaghetti, noodles. I do that for, stuff like that. But like oil and water typically don't mesh together unless you boil it. And I don't know, like this tag team to me still feels so weird because I know how both of these guys are on the indies. They're completely fucking different. Like, if you tell me both of these guys are coming to NXT and they're being a tag team, before seeing it, I would have been like, how the fuck would that work? That doesn't even make sense. Before seeing them become a tag team. Style-wise. Not saying that they don't match. Because they do, but their styles, it's just so weird. It's weird. I think the thing that makes them a special tag team is that they are from the indies. They are treated as if they are from the indies. Like they present themselves as, here's where we from. This is us. And it's us against what WWE is building here or the standard status quo. And all we can give you is us. And as Ciampa said, with the DIY, do it yourself. I guess that kind of goes along into their presentation now. But the match picked up for me finally, and this might sound like ball riding here, but the match finally picked up for me when Revival took the upper hand. Where Revival started to make shit make sense. All right, you got the upper hand. Let's find a way to get that away from you. We're going to run her all the way around the ring. If you're going for a tag, pull your guy down, punch him in the face. Just do shit to make sure that the ring is cut off and we are working your partner. The other guy comes in, but they just couldn't keep the upper hand. And then it was back and forth. I'm good with that. I'm very good with that. But the finish of this match is where you lose me. Ciampa eats the ring post, gets punched in the face, he's out. On the inside, Dash shakes the knee from out of Gargano. Takes the knee from up under Gargano. And then they do the top rope gimmick where he has like a semi-figure four. Dash has like a semi-figure four or on Gargano after taking his knee out. And Dawson comes off the ropes, crashes down on the knee. 1, 2, 3. The finish sort of kind of came out of nowhere because typically when they do a finish like this, they do it after working the guy's knee the entire match. And they didn't do it. That's like, I like the action of this match, but a lot of this match to me just didn't make sense. It's not like they don't mesh well together. The action was good. The logic behind it and how we got from the beginning to the finish didn't make sense to me. I don't know. It just didn't make sense to me at all. I didn't understand the match. But then we get Asuka and Bayley. And this is how the fucking first match should have gone. Asuka just completely dominating this bitch. Dominating her. And then Bayley got the nerve. The absolute gall. After getting out of the Asuka lock, and I understand you get out of the Asuka lock because storyline is the move that puts you away and it lost you your title. I get it. But you have the gall to hit her with a fucking hug. Like you hugged her and did a Bayley to Bayley. I mean, clearly, Bayley still doesn't realize who the fuck she's in the ring with. Say, Sasha, this is somebody that will kill you. You don't hug her. She will kill you. She had extra pain on her eyes today. In her cheeks. No, a hug is not going to beat her. Are you insane? She has not been beaten. I don't even think she's been beaten on house shows yet. And you go for a hug and you think you should have even pinned her. Why would you go for a pin? No, you go for your hug, you do that, and then you pick her back up. You go up top and you do it again, and then you pick her back up and you find a fucking ladder. You go and you find a ladder and you climb the ladder. You bring her up the ladder with you and then you do a brain buster. And then maybe, just maybe, you get a 2.5 count. Because you're not beating her with a fucking hug. And a brain buster, you're still hugging a bitch. The only person that's hugging somebody is Asuka, and that's with that Asuka lock. Now, with that being said, I don't think these two mesh well together. I enjoyed the match with Asuka and Nia Jax a lot more than I enjoyed this match. Not saying it was a bad match. It was actually a pretty good match. And this match was better than their first match. The finish was a little flaky for me, though. Because, I mean, Asuka completely gave it away. Where Bayley sets up to get her fucking head kicked in. You're going to get your fucking head kicked in. You know the reference. And Asuka just starts jumping around celebrating, and then she remembers, oh, I have to kick her head in. And then she fucking kicks her head smooth off her shoulders. It rolled next to Izzy, who was in the second row on a side panel, the entrance ramp. And 1, 2, 3. It just felt sort of anticlimactical. Like, maybe I felt like we should have got a bit more on that finish. I don't know. Something just felt off about it. But overall, it was a pretty good match. I enjoyed it. Then we got the celebration where they hug. And then I thought Asuka was going to really, really heal it up and just fucking smash her shit in. But no. She gave her another pat on the back and she got up out of there because that was Bayley's moment as Bayley's getting sent off. Get the fuck out of NXT, Bayley. It's about time. Not saying we don't want you here, but, you know, it's about time you clearly, you're like John Cena. You don't belong there. You don't belong there. But she was needed to help keep that women's division relevant while they continue to try to build up new women. So she goes and she hugs everybody and yeah, Izzy as well, and she leaves. Yeah. Sanity, wait, I just saw a Pentagon. Sanity is Pentagon dark, strong gangster style. Oh, you talking about super evil Pentagon? So, what about the Bayley Asuka match? I think I just talked about it. Asuka's like, ain't no 2-time women champion. Yeah. So, now we gotta talk about Joe and Nakamura. First, let me start off with this. I did like the touch of the violinist. But I think that he only should have played the entrance and then went away. Because after that, it was cringeworthy because it was just fucking up Nakamura's music. It wasn't in sync. It was clashing. It was not good. It was like some people liked it still. I like the thought of it, but he should have just did the intro to it and got the fuck out of Dodge. That turned into a mess. That was hard on my ears. Now, I'm looking at the gimmick chat. All right. Hold up. I'm going to catch this fucking gnat that's just been bothering me this entire review. I swear this gnat, probably because I turned on the gimmick light. This one fucking gnat. I'm going to fucking package power drive this net when I catch it. I swear I'm gonna catch it. I'm gonna fucking I'm gonna package power drive that bitch. So, with that out of the way, they do the whole thing, and then Joe comes in. First of all, Joe lost. Let's just get that out of the way. Joe lost. And I'm okay with Joe losing. I'm okay. I'm fine with it. I'm okay. Because this is the reason why they've been building up more hills. As you see, they're building up more hills in NXT. The thing I'm not okay with is, again, the simple fact of someone dominating a match and losing. Joe beat the shit out of him. I'm calling him Nakamura for now. Joe beat the shit out of Nakamura. And he holds this L. So, why? That's my question. Why? Why did Joe have to hold this L? He just won the title. He had one successful defense. And then he has to cough it up. I wanted to see more of heel Joe. Because I have a feeling if he gets called up to the main roster soon, oh shit. What if? Now this isn't gonna happen, but let's just say it does. What if? I got two what ifs. What if Joe comes up tomorrow night at SummerSlam and costs Phil Bacon, and he's the only guy to beat the Demon. He costs Phil Bacon the match, and Seth Rollins wins. What if? If, you heard it here first. Me. I have a second what if. It's two. I said two. Wait a second. I said two. My second what if is Samoa Joe wants Brock Lesnar at WrestleMania. I'm just gonna leave it at that. I'm gonna leave it there. I'm just going to leave that right there. I'm just going to leave that dangling. Now, those are two things that are surely not going to happen, but I think it'd be pretty cool if one of them did. Especially the Brock Lesnar one, because could you imagine a tussle between fucking Brock Lesnar and Samoa Joe? That'd be badass. But let's talk about this match with Nakamura. I love the way it started off with like some good counter. What style? We had jiu-jitsu in there. We had some mixed martial arts stuff in there. We had a lot of that stuff in there. Some chain mixed martial arts stuff in there that was pretty fucking good. And then it just got real stiff, real fucking fast. I like the physicality of this match. I don't like that Nakamura fucked up on Samoa Joe's corner STL. Come on, bro. Come on. Get yourself up for it. But overall, Samoa Joe absolutely destroyed this man. He hits him with the gimmick muscle buster. And I don't remember, maybe Finn kicked out of it. Maybe. But people don't kick out of this shit. He hits him with the muscle buster, clean as fuck, and he kicks out. Okay, all right, cool, great. I'll let you live. So Joe gets him up for another one. Nakamura gets out of it. Joe falls on his butt. Kinshasa, but he didn't get all of it because he didn't come screaming across the ring with it, right? So Joe kicks out of that. Now, Nakamura didn't get all of that, so it makes sense that Joe kicks out of it. But protect Joe's finish by having Joe hit the muscle buster but not getting all of it. Don't hit it clean. Just, So in a sense, they kind of protected Nakamura's finish when Joe kicked out of it because he didn't get all of it. But then what happened with that is I think that Nakamura legit caught him on that jaw. Because I don't think that was like I don't think Joe was selling. I think that he legit fucked up his jaw with that one. And the reason I say that, well, let's just finish up the match. He goes for another Kinshasa and he hits it 1, 2, 3. New NXT champion, and I need to change my title, by the way, which I will do. Clickbait. So the reason I say that I don't believe Joe was selling, and I believe that it was legit, or maybe he just hurt him. Maybe he just legit hurt him, and then he sold on the way out. But not only did we see this from the ref, like I'm not really like, all right, maybe, but that's not what made me buy into this. The thing that made me buy into it is how Joe immediately got out of the ring and how he immediately had to leave. Like, normally, you lay in a ring and you sell in the ring for a little while. Or the new guy has your title and you give him a quick stare down. You do a stare down. You get that. We didn't get any of that. We got like an immediate he has to go. Like he's legit hurt type of thing. And we didn't even get like a look back, like after he beat him, not after he beat him, but like after Joe gets up the ramp and he's with all the refs, bringing him to the back, like you get a look back, like this motherfucker beat me for my title. You didn't get any of that. So I think that Joe might have legitimately been hurt on that one. I'm going to get the fuck up out of here and stream some Madden over on Tway.
All right.
Oh, this motherfucker.
The 2 NXT champions are now undefeated Japanese wrestlers that have no competition for the next 3 months since everyone has been called up. Where do they go from here? But I'm happy that Asuka killed that bitch and God won. Are you
RBI is the type of guy to make me up my minimum for reading donations. This guy legitimately, like, his gimmick is to put a fucking novel into his oh, this guy. God damn it. Well, anyway, I'm signing out of here. That's all I have for this review. I hope to see you guys all for SummerSlam's review. That's going to be a long-ass fucking show. God damn, I got to get my rest because tomorrow's going to suck dick. But yeah, if you guys are coming to the stream, I hope to see you guys there. But that's all I have for this one. I ran absolutely no fucking ads because I'm a dick that never remembers to run them. I suck. I'm a slunker. I'm terrible. And I am also finished with this stream.